Very good evening today, my viewers from across the world. This is Vivekanand Jha, author of Yes, I Am Bihari, and of course the Living Legends of Mithila, and a book on His Excellency the Prime Minister of India. The Delhi Beckons Raga for Namo, one of the favorite books of the Prime Minister, which the Honorable Prime Minister himself took the initiative of launching it in the Vibrant Gujarat Education Summit way back in 2014. Today it is indeed a bestowal of divine grace and a great privilege to be sitting beside one of the intellectual faces of the incumbent government here in Jharkhand. And today I am sitting in his office, the Honorable Minister, an intellectual face of the government, and of course, indeed, his very new pioneer role, which today the people of the country have come across to know, that is of a whistleblower. Honorable Sri Saryu Rai ji, today he has performed multiple roles donning the multiple hats, like being an incumbent minister in the Jharkhand government. He has also raised a flag of revolt against the officials whom he perceived to be corrupt and having not performed the duty in the public interest. So today, out of sheer interest, and being an author, especially of Yes, I Am Bihari, I felt tremendous amount of interest in terms of interacting with the Honorable Minister, whom I knew for a couple of years as one of the most upright faces of the government, and also as an intellectual face of the government. And most importantly, since he traces his genesis from Bihar, and having written a book, Yes, I Am Bihari, where I had the privilege of showcasing the glory of Bihar at the global forum, I always felt that I should interact with Honorable Minister Sir to ascertain and elicit his opinion on the various issues dogging the government, as well as which are very much in the public domain. Sir, it is a pleasure for me as well as a privilege to be interacting with you today, because today, nowadays we are coming very often across so many news in the various newspapers that about not only you are being a whistleblower in the fodder scam, which involved the government, the previous former chief ministers and many of the officials, and most importantly, you had the audacity to raise a flag of revolt against the former chief secretary, which indeed became a burning issue, of thoughts even with the elite class of society. So, sir, before we go, we just discuss on that issue pertaining to the former chief secretary, I would like to know that what sort of role you play in terms of blowing the whistle, especially in case of fodder scam, because it was all throughout your pioneering initiative that indeed brought such a huge scam in the public domain. So what do you think about it, sir, and how you began your journey towards bringing that particular scam in the public domain?
I was a journalist earlier, and during the course of my information gathering and analysis of budgets and other financial papers of the government, I came to the conclusion that something is going on, and this wrong is taking away the financial resources of the state of Bihar. From 19 to 94, Bihar was financially very weak state, and it was most of the time in the year it was retained. I studied and analyzed various papers, correspondences between the departments of the government and from the union government to the state government. And I came to the conclusion that in the Department of Financial Discovery, illegal withdrawals are made. And those withdrawals are made systematically. A group of officers who are close to the critical executives, they are trying to get maximum from the treasury without giving it to the people and eating it away by themselves. At that time, I was not sure whether the critical executives, ministers, chief ministers, they are aware of it or not. So I raised all these issues on the October 11, 1994, on the birth anniversary of late Vivekanand Jha. And I alleged that the ruling party rivals and both with this, and all these things are going. I also cited many papers, assembly reports, the questions in the assembly, their answers. I just brought all this together And I said it is going on, but nobody believed it. From 1994 October to 1996 January, nobody was taken up my views, and everyone used to say that there is a Bihar Trade report, Bihar Financial Report, rules, budget manuals, there is CAG, and in spite of all of them, how can one can assert the treasury or do the treasury in illegal way? But I said that besides all these institutions, they are playing the role. How much they are playing, I can't say. But I am confident through the analysis of the budget figures that our treasury is being protected. In 1996, when B.S. Dubey ordered the audit correct, the Project Development Commissioner of Jharkhand related to Chaivasa treasuries, the entire scheme came out. And then we went to High Court for CBI inquiry. High Court ordered it, CBI did inquire, and this is the past of this event. We are not against anybody, not even in Lalu Prasad Yadav. He used to be our friends earlier. We have struggled in the JP movement together. So our motive was not to pin down Lalu Prasad Yadav or put him in trouble. Subsequently, when the facts came out, he became victim of it. Our concern was that the system should be changed and system should be made responsible. And today, even if the system is not on the right line, and Lalu goes to jail or anybody goes to jail, or the Nazi goes to jail, then what benefit will be to the society and the government at large? So we must all see that system is regulated otherwise. And I am of the view that a man or a group of men can create a system, can demolish it, can destroy it, can change it, can alter it, but he cannot be alternative to the system. So everybody on whichever highest post he is, he must be of the view that a man or a government or a minister cannot be alternative to the system. So whatever system is made, that system should run as per the rules and laws. If we do all these things, then most of the concerns of the corruption, etc., can be taken care of. But we, the politicians or the political authorities, we think that we are alternating the system. We can bypass the system, we can ignore the system. So when we ignore, when we bypass the system, today or tomorrow, its impact come on us also. This impact is now seen widely because of the scam. So our struggle was against the system, for betterment of the system, for observance of the rules, law and constitutional provisions. If it is all obeyed, then no one will be able to indulge in corruption for long.
No issue, sir. No, but as just now what you have said, that your overall concern was, you it piqued your conscience because you thought that overall the public money was involved, and you never targeted an individual. The very purpose was, the altruistic mission was to rectify the system, to institutionalize certain correctives into the system so that the corruptions can stop. But do you think that after such a Himalayan effort, indeed it was a Himalayan effort to blow that particular scam and it was in public domain, but do you think that when the cases dragged for so many years, whether we can say with any amount of justification or any amount of certainty, any amount of justification or any amount of certainty, that such corruptions cannot repeat or it will not happen again in the future? Because so many
there is no concrete definition of the corruption. What we are doing, we said that it is a corrupt practice. What is the ground? So I think I have myself devised a baseline for it. A man who is working on any responsible post can do errors while executing his duties. He can do wrongs also. But if someone points out that you are doing wrong, then if he corrects it, then there is no corruption. Up to that point, his deeds may be vague. But after someone points it out, and regularly points it out, and up to that to the person or group of persons or the government, they, they do not adopt the corrective measures, then it becomes the corruption. Any defiance of the rules of law, rules of finance, etc., for the pecuniary gain of a person or a group, this is the corruption. It may be small, it may be big, but the rule is the same. The person who is doing the corruption at large scale, small scale, there is a corruption.
Sir, having been in politics for so many decades, especially when you said, and of course we all know it, that you have been one of the legends in the class movement as well, and where you worked shoulder to shoulder with all the Minister Nitish Kumar, Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Modi ji, Sushri Modi ji, Deputy CM, of course, with all these people. In course of one of the conversations, which I can recall readily, you said to me that because of some letter which Vivekanand Jha got implicated, whereas he might not have been directly responsible for that. So being in politics, having decided over the destiny of the public affairs, the destiny of certain departments in the government, do you think that it might happen that even the top executive might not be knowing or aware of so many scandals, happening under his, in the department without his notice? So could it be attributed to Vivekanand Jha's innocence in some way or other that he got trapped?
No, I think innocence. It could not have been punished. He was Chief Minister in bigger of Bihar. He must have known all these crooks. And if he put favor to them by writing letter for their extension of services, then it is not that it is an innocent act. Vivekanand Jha was given a position, Vivekanand Jha was Chief Minister. Then CBI, while searching the books, it came to the conclusion that they had served their mutual purposes, mutual interest they served. And by writing a letter in favor of the scamsters, and on behalf of the letter, the Chief Minister restricts their services, knowing that what is they are doing. So, benefit of doubt cannot be extended to the Vivekanand. But it is not that he is a party to this scam. At that time also, I didn't used to believe today also. I didn't believe that Vivekanand was a part and parcel of any scamsters group or any design or any conspiracy. This is very hard to believe.
As one more, very important, as you already dwelt at length on this particular aspect, I would just like to know, sir, that being a public figure, what do you think that supposing a person who has already been tempted, already been, say, for indicted by the court of law, but if he again wins in the public court, in the sense that he wins the election, can he be exonerated? Or on account of being
The law or the court cannot exonerate. People make him somebody's favor, and there are any number of examples of it. Our society is divided on so many bases. It is caste, it is religion, and all those things. So if a person can draw his support from change these rules itself in his favor. So the system or the system, judicial system also works on the basis of the rules framed by the executives, sorry, legislations. And if one dominates the legislation itself, parliament or assembly, and can mold the rules and constitution in his favor, then I don't think what can do anything. The basic tenets of the constitution are also cannot be changed by the amendment of the constitution for rules. So it is one thing that is popular in a particular section. So after every 5 years or regular gap, people changes it. Today one is very popular, tomorrow it's not, because there are a number of considerations with people's speak, its mind, and on this basis it depends. Because the rules of law is the same. If I have done some wrong, I will punish for it.
Sir, of late, you have been very critical of the former Chief Secretary of Jharkhand, Srimati Rajbala Verma ji. In fact, you already had so many portfolios, especially parliamentary affairs, and you even resigned that particular portfolio. Just because the government was not keen on listening to your voice of conscience, because you asked the government or requested the Honorable Chief Minister of Jharkhand to take her to task, which Honorable Chief Minister did not listen to your voice of conscience. So while you designed that particular portfolio, then why you are still sticking to the government? Because you have taken a stand which is very much, very publicly in the interest of public. Again, you are continuing with the government. This contradiction. It is public like to know.
Fact is fact. The former chief minister or the former chief secretary is nowhere in our consideration. Something is going on, which is not the right track. People have been points out. And firstly, I go to the appropriate place. When I am cabinet minister, the chief minister is the appropriate place where I say my grievances. For a long time, there are so many actions in the cabinet also. Section of officers, they try to take advantage of the books and laws made in, and they try to get some decisions passed to the cabinet which does not go. So every time I raise and I told the chief minister also, I resigned my portfolio of the parliamentary affairs because since last 2 years I am not able to run the assembly properly. Even one session of the assembly won't run without hindrance, or even a few sessions they will not even discuss anything in this one. Then I find it my responsibility. Then it is duty of the parliamentary affairs minister to get the assembly properly by persuading the person also, saying some things about the party also. And the ruling party, the ruling group, has more responsibility to run the democracy than the opposition. I failed in it. I could persuade the opposition to the government. So I thought it proper to resign. So it is not that due to some some points, it was my conscious decision, and I told the chief minister I can't
he had commented, and I remember, I recall his comment. I wouldn't be taking his name because I'm well known to him, but I wouldn't be taking his name. He said that Mr. Roy should have, if he at all has any such grievances, he should have brought it within the party forum. Instead, he chose to go in public domain. So, it is some sort of not abiding by the party's discipline. So, what you have, what say you have on it?
He is correct in his perspective, and it is motto of the party also that everything will be placed first before the appropriate for. I am a cabinet minister, and I feel that the chief minister is the appropriate for to put my answers, and I regularly put my answers. Some are sorted out, some not. But some questions are, or problems are directly related to the public goods. So it is not related to the party discipline or the party design.
But sir, actually, I'm sorry for interruption, but
If I have something against the chief minister, which till now I am not, if I have some grievances against the chief minister, then I will go to my party for the national president, the state president, others. But till I am the minister and raise my views as a minister, then the chief minister is the appropriate for I would say.
but what if chief minister doesn't listen to you? Because you were insistent that chief secretary should go, should resign, because of various scams or because of a tilted image as such. But chief minister did not listen to you. And in fact, resigned, retired very peacefully, despite having been tempted or having some sort of having earned a very bad reputation, he continued in the position of chief secretary. So how do you justify that being an upright voice of the government, if your voice was not being given the proper attention by the honorable chief minister, and still you continue to be a part of the government, how do you explain this contradiction, sir?
You are right that I may be upright, anybody will be upright, but till now when I am in the government, then the discretion of the chief minister will prevail. A time may come when I may challenge the discretion, but till now, this is one thing. I want so many things. On several things we hear each other's views and perspectives. So, only on one point, one subject, I can't take it stage too far. She was to resign, she was civil services was going, she retired. The information and the news was that she may be given extension. The chief minister didn't give any extension or didn't send for the extension. So assumed that the chief minister will appoint her as advisor. Now he is not. So I can't say that chief minister is 100% not hearing my views. So up till now I have not any grievance which is against the chief minister. If it will be, then I will take my party forward.
Right. One thing I would like to know, sir, that since you have presided over so many, the destinies of so many government departments, now at times it may happen that you may be aware of, the latest episode of the court having given notice to some of the bureaucrats as well. Those who might have presided over destiny of respective departments, but at times it may happen that they might not be knowing so many things happening in the department. So doesn't it happen that at times innocent people are being dragged and it becomes a deterrent for a good bureaucrat to function?
You are right, the court has issued notices on some points. But in my view, all these points are well stated in due course of the investigation and the trial of the cases at higher courts, even at the points which are being raised by this court. Many of them, or I think most of and almost all of them, have been settled by the High Court and Supreme Court during the monitoring of this scan. It is the duty of the CBI lawyer to place all the facts before the court and make him acquainted that the points which you are raising has already been settled, discussed, settled, and appropriate orders to have been passed. Maybe the judge might not be knowing all these things, so aid in judgment. It is duty of the CBI people, CBI lawyers, CBI officers. And even if they do all these things, I don't think that the court will revise the system.
Sir, but here I would just like to know, because since you have been a minister for so many years together and in politics for several decades, don't you think that an honest, upright bureaucrat who has already devoted his entire life to discharging the duties in a very beautiful, diligent manner, but a small stain that may come because of some human lapse, or even inadvertently something might have happened. So don't you think that by a single stroke of pen, the judiciary can ruin the reputation of an honest and upright
There is no
bureaucrat?
question of reputation in this. We have adopted system of parliamentary democracy in the judicial system in this also. So whatever I will do which is praiseworthy, I will praise. And if even one thing which I do wrong and somebody has power to decide about it, and he decides, I shouldn't have any trust. Ultimately, the truth will prevail. So these very sincere and efficient officers, the truth about them will come sometimes. And now the court has just issued notices, and notices of a few persons, a few officers have been stayed by the High Court.
Okay.
So
Sir,
we must adopt this process, go to the upper court.
yes. Sir, one question I would like to know, that and in fact I would like to seek your answer also. Being a Bihari, since your genesis is from Bihar, of course you have devoted your entire life, from 2000 onwards, you have been a part and parcel of Jharkhand and discharging your duty very beautifully, because I already said in the beginning you are an intellectual face of this government. So do you think that somewhere down the line you have become a target of some political witch hunt or some political discrimination? Do you think like that?
No, I don't think. People of this stage, in rural areas I go, in tribal areas I go, I work for them. I work against the pollution of the rivers, all that. We form several committees in which only local peoples are there. So there is no lack of affinity towards me, these people, because I am not native of this area. Since 2000, this area was also part and parcel of Bihar.
Sir, you have been an environmentalist, at the same time politician. So at times there might be some conflict of interest, because when it comes to raising the very vital questions pertaining to the environment, might not fit into the role of being a politician also. So that there might be some sort of conflict of dual positions. How do you reconcile these conflicts, sir?
Sometimes conflicts come, but through our wisdom we can manage different conditions. So whichever issue I raise regarding the environmental protection or ecological or tradition, everything is based on the enactments of the Parliament, that is the Environment Protection Act. So what I insist that everybody should be in a position to execute these orders. If these rules are not followed, then only danger on the environment and ecology comes. So I just want that the rules should be in proper manner. For this, I am of this view that the common man doesn't need any the common man doesn't need any sort of awareness in this, because he's the few brilliant minds of our society, which rules the state, which take care of the law and order, which coming from IIM, IIT and other prestigious institutions, running these industries, regional manager, executive, etc. If their conscience states and they take appropriate appropriate state, and if they come to this point that implementation of rules is priority for us or not the profit of this organization. If they adopt this attitude, then level of pollution can be calmed down very swiftly. So, in my point of view, the brilliant minds of our society, they need to be aware of their duties to our constitution, to our rule, to our society, to our nation.
But nowadays,
common man.
but sir, nowadays, some sort of conflict has come into existence, especially regarding the acquisition of land. When the industries are seeking land, people, especially the farmers, are very much resistant to that.
We had made rules for all of to contain all of these problems. Until and unless the rules are there, we will have to do under the purview of that rule. And we think that in one day we can do development and we can go far away in this area of development. And for that, you need to violate the rules. Better to get it changed. So this is not a conflict of the benefits for the society, but for the it is a conflict of our vested interest and the rules of the society. So if we think we observe our duty towards the constitution rule of law, whatever rule is today, I will abide by it. There is no conflict. Conflict only comes that if some section wants to cross the limit, not others.
Thank you, sir. It has been nice